Yes, everybody, it's Dave from Talking Wolves, and welcome back to another match review. A fantastic match review as Wolves have come out on top against West Ham United, 3-0. It was a cold day, a cold Tuesday night evening. I was a little bit worried about this one because I thought, it's a horrible evening. The way both sides are of being this season, I thought it was just set up for one of those games. But how wrong I was. I said it on the match preview. If you don't watch the match previews, I suggest you go and watch them more often. I said that West Ham would come into this game fighting to bounce back after their defeat in the FA Cup, or they'd be very, very fragile. Unfortunately for Wolves, they were very, very fragile. And I'm not taking anything away from the Wolves' performance, but West Ham were extremely poor today. And that helped Wolves a lot, obviously. I believe West Ham didn't have a single shot on target. Patricio obviously didn't have anything to do, more or less, all game. They didn't frighten Rui at all. I said I wouldn't have been surprised to see Arnautovic turn up after all that's gone on with him. Unfortunately, he didn't have the best game of his career. And as I say, West Ham just didn't get anything going. Spells in possession, they were very poor, loose passes and so on. But Wolves took advantage of that, and I've got to say, it's the most comfortable and comprehensive victory and performance I've seen off Wolves all season. Even better and more comfortable than most games we had last season. It was a fantastic performance. Really, really happy with that. And I think most fans would be happy with that. And that showed. I thought the atmosphere was 10 times better than what it's been in recent weeks. I really enjoyed it this evening. And that's what football's all about. But yeah, going into the game, I think the lineup was what we expected. And all of a sudden, from every week us not knowing what lineup it was going to be, it looks like now this is the 11 that Nuno will try his hardest to play week in, week out. Maybe Bolly coming in, and Nuno's going to have a massive dilemma for Saturday. Does Bolly come straight back in for Saiss, who was very solid today and even got a goal as well? Going to be very, very interesting to see that. He has been a little bit suspect at the back. Those three as a whole, Cody, Bennett, Saiss, ignoring today, the last couple of weeks they've struggled a little bit, but today they were fantastic. West Ham not offering much at all. Going into the first half, it was 0-0. Wolves obviously put the ball into the back of the net. Disallowed for offside, I believe. I'm not seeing it back, but I believe that was the right decision. Big shout for a penalty. Again, I sound like a manager now, but I was quite far away, so I didn't really see it. But I've seen a few people on Twitter say it may have and probably should have been a penalty, but I don't know. There was even a penalty shout for this in the second half. But I think the referees, David Coote, Championship Football League referees, made the step up, had a very difficult game today, but at times I don't think he did himself too much favours, but we can ignore that. But as I say, despite being 0-0 at half-time, Wolves were fantastic. The way we were moving the ball about is much, much better. I thought at times, early parts of the first half, I thought because we were playing the narrow formation, it was going to be very, very hard to break West Ham down, but there were a couple of spells, some great balls into the box. Obviously, the shot that led to our goal that was disallowed hit the bar. Really good effort. I think there was an effort before that. Johnny had a great chance on goal, which he probably should have put away. I thought Johnny was fantastic today. We'll talk a little bit more about him in a bit. But yeah, going into half time, 0-0, I was fairly satisfied with, because West Ham didn't really threaten us at all. And I thought the longer it went into the second half, 0-0 though, West Ham could have just had one break, scored a goal, and that would have been that, and it would have been very undeserved. But fortunately for us, Giammattino's ball in from the corner and Romain Saiss scores. Again, the corner on the line, was it on the line? Martino does that weird thing where he just likes to, I don't know if he does it to wind up fans or test the referee. He just likes to put the ball right on the edge of the line. And I just had a quick glance over to the West Ham fans, saw a few of them notice that, and the ball comes in and Sod's Law, we score the goal. So fantastic to score that. And then Mr. Raul Jimenez, the Mexican Messi, bags another 2 goals. First goal, really nice little flick into the back of the net. Another set piece, really well worked again from Wolves. Looking better from set pieces now. It's a really good goal threat when sort of a mid-table team like ourselves can start putting the ball in the back of the net from dead ball situations like that. And then the third goal rather, really well worked again. Jota did very, very well. Just took his time, perfectly placed pass over to Jimenez, who put the ball into the back of the net. But even in the second half, there were great chances for Saiss, great chances for Johnny as well. So great chances overall, and we really, really dominated the game. As I say, with the starting lineup, Rui Patricio had very, very little to do. Distribution at times was much better today. I thought he had a couple of balls through. He was put under pressure a couple of times. That was mainly due to slight defensive mishaps, but he did very well overall, but he didn't have much to do at all. Johnny and Doherty, two of the better players today, if I'm honest. If I could give everyone a 10 out of 10, I probably would, because everyone played their part today. But Johnny and Doherty were very good. Going down the wings, Johnny looks like he's coming in on a permanent signing, which for me would be a successful January window to bring him in. £18 million, a lot of money, but you say that's a lot of money. Spanish international now, equals our club record, but I'm sure that'll be smashed again very, very soon. I'd be very happy to bring him in. The way he was moving the ball around, the way he was going forward, could have so easily scored a goal today as well with his couple of chances. Doherty, again, I know Arthur Masuaku hasn't been fantastic for West Ham recently, and Doherty just piled on the misery for him. Nutmegged him a couple of times down the wing, probably should have bagged himself, and he knows he should have bagged himself 1 or 2 assists, potentially even a goal in the first half as well. Back three did what they needed to do, very, very organised. I thought Saiss distributed the ball well, as I say, could have got his goal in the second half. Cody was fantastic on the ball. Ryan Bennett as well, solid, kept Felipe Anderson extremely quiet. And I really like the distribution of Connor Cody again today. I think Ryan Bennett knows that Cody's the better distributor of the ball, so when the ball was free slightly, Bennett would leave it to Cody or just knock it off to him slightly. Then the midfield three, they were key today for us. They were key, and I think Nuno has realised that when we're coming against these teams that are stopping Moutinho and Neves from playing, that's when we don't play good football. Now we've got 3 players, you've got an extra man to help out, you've got an extra man to help defensively, you've got an extra option to pass to, and Dendoncker has fitted into this team so well. I'm really, really glad that he's coming to the team. I think that would have been a really wasted signing if he didn't get many minutes this season, and I think he's made that place his own now. All 3 of the midfield 3, fantastic. Leander Dendoncker, Ruben Neves, and Jean Moutinho. Moutinho, your orchestrator in the middle. Fantastic again today. All 3 of them distribution. I thought Dendoncker's attacking work rate was fantastic. Had a couple of great chances himself. His link-up play with Doherty was fantastic to break down the right-hand side a little bit. So really, really happy with those. And then Diogo Jota and Raul Jimenez again are going to take all the plaudits. Raul Jimenez to bag another 2 goals. Fans chanting, sign him up. Alongside Johnny as well. And those 2 would be very, very welcome signings. Had a steady start to the Premier League, didn't he? But in the last couple of months or so, he's really come into his own. And he's going to break some goal-scoring records. I don't know who the top Premier League goal scorer is for Wolves or who's had the most goals in a single season, but Jimenez or maybe even Jota could be a late runner for that, but definitely knocking on the door. Jota, fantastic, grabbing himself an assist again. Those 2 looking great. Really, really good together. I don't know if Jimenez is playing a little bit of FIFA or whatever. Did a couple of FIFA-type celebrations, a little bow, jumping onto the billboard and going into the crowd. Got himself a booking for that one. But yeah, really great evening of football. Fantastic evening of football. Really enjoyed it. And on to Everton now. Really hope we can build on that. It's a 2nd consecutive Premier League win. If we can get 3, that'd be awesome. But make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, guys. We'll make sure we have the Everton preview out very, very soon. If there's any other transfer news in the meantime, we'll make sure to keep you updated on that. It looks like Johnny will sign permanently. I wouldn't be against signing maybe a forward on loan, but I think there's options there at the moment. I think the way Cavallero is set up, or Adama, I think he'll take the risk on him. But who knows? This is the review for West Ham United. Wolves 3, West Ham 0. Fantastic victory. Wolves up to 7th in the Premier League. Enjoy the rest of your weeks, guys. And I'll see you all very, very soon.